How can I, 31 female, repair a 16-year friendship after a fight where we both crossed serious lines? Trigger warning: abortion, domestic violence. Posting it here as well because I'm honestly desperate and trying to understand how to handle this. I, 31F, had a huge falling out with my best friend, 32F, of 16 years. For context, I have been in a relationship with a guy, let's call him Tim, 27M, for about 6 months. It's nothing serious, just casual. Last month I found out I was pregnant, and Tim and I discussed it and decided we didn't want to keep it. I was very distraught, emotional, and disturbed over it, but my best friend supported me through the whole thing, even though we live miles apart. Tim and I started the process to terminate and went to a very nice hospital. We decided to split the bill 50-50. At first the process looked easy with just medication, but it wasn't. My body couldn't handle it, and I ended up in the hospital after fainting and hitting my head on a table. Tim was constantly beside me, taking care of me, feeding me, and paying the bills for the time being. The medication failed, and I was told I needed surgery because my life was still at risk. It was a huge blow for me as it meant more money, and I started crying. Tim assured me he was ready to foot the entire bill and told me not to worry as we're in this together. But I declined because it didn't feel fair. After some discussion, we again decided to split it equally as Tim has responsibility for his disabled brother and his parents. I never wanted to take advantage of him. From the hospital, I called my best friend and told her the entire situation. I thought she would be worried about me, but instead she called me a doormat for paying half the bill and said nobody is going to give me a Nobel Prize for it. I was already in a lot of pain and emotional, and that hurt me. In anger, I said at least I'm not a doormat like her, who even after constantly getting beaten by her own brothers at home and being called names, still showers them with gifts, love, and money. She told me I shouldn't have brought her family into the argument and to never ever call her again, then cut the call. Now that I am recovering and out of the hospital, I tried calling and messaging her, but she isn't responding. If someone says never contact them again after an argument like this, what is the right way to handle it without making things worse? Is this friendship even salvageable? It sounds like you both need a break from each other. She sounds like she has some ideas against abortion. Why does she think it is bad to pay your own medical bills? My parents hate my husband. Now I'm struggling to know what to do. 36F married to 38M. I am 36/F, and I'm married to a 38/M, for years married 6 together. His parents are lovely. We eloped after my parents begged me not to marry him. They've resented us both since. They throw it up in my face all the time that I've changed since meeting him, and not for the good. That translates to I found my voice. They made decisions for me until now. And if they didn't and I made a decision, they didn't agree with they would pressure me until I changed my mind. My parents are difficult to say the least. The other day it got pretty heated between my dad and I, and he told me to get out of his house. I was upset and vented to my husband. My husband became super protective of me and went and got into it with my parents about it. He told me he did this because I never have anyone who sticks up for me. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and I know that. My parents threatened to get a protective order against him. No physical harm, just yelling. I was shocked. They also told me as long as I'm married to him, I'm cut out of the will, and he's never allowed back at their house. It's made the situation between my husband and I strained. I feel like I'm in the middle. My parents aren't angels in the situation for sure. Advice? Where do I go from here? TL/DR. My parents hate my husband. My husband hates my parents. Now I'm in the middle. Your husband rocks, your parents suck. Do with that what you will. If you're not going to stick with your husband when he's treating you well and supporting you, then why did you elope? You made your choice that day, and it's time to follow through it. Wait until the grandkids come. They will only get worse. They treat you like a controlled minion, not an adult human. Just go no contact with them. Give them what they demanded. My M29 GF F23 cheated on me 4 times, and when I tried to leave she sent me a fake picture of her SL/T forearms. Serious. Help. So I came into a relationship for the first time last year with this girl. She hadn't properly moved on from her ex. She had photos, existing conversations with past exes in her phone while being in relationship. This one time I had a fight with her. She called her ex for comfort. She even made several video calls to this other ex. She had photos of her exes hidden in her phone. I work overseas. When I left for my job, I saw a hickey on her shoulder while on a video call. She said she was clearing things with her colleague, another ex, and nothing else happened apart from that hickey. All this has mentally shattered me. Last week I tried breaking up with her. I blocked her from everywhere except this one account on Instagram I forgot. She has 3. And she sent me a picture of her forearms slit multiple times with deep wounds. I got scared and unblocked her, called her, consoled her, and when she calmed down, I tried to ask her to show me her forearms because I wanted to see the harm inflicted. But she kept refusing, saying it's just minor scratches blah blah. Nothing to worry, and finally she says I can't lie to you, the image was created by chat. I was stunned and had no clue how to go about it. I felt at that moment that I can't leave her in this condition. What if she really does something wrong? But I still stand with my decision and wish to discontinue the relationship. I barely have any feelings left for her due to the constant lies, cheating episodes, and involvement of other men in her life. Please help. How can I approach this? Block her again. If she does anything like this a second time, call the police and ask for a wellness check. If that's not an option, send it to her parents or friends and ask them to check on her. Just call the police on her self-harm attempt out of concern. Block her. Stop engaging with her. And like other people are going to tell you, grow a spine. You're not responsible for the decisions she makes. Block he and leave. I, M27, am upset that girlfriend, 27F, called another man before bed. How do I approach this? So some context on the topic. A few weeks ago my girlfriend was busy most of the day doing work. She works from home, and we decided to FaceTime all day, because I was off. When she is incredibly busy, and we FaceTime, we usually just mute up and do whatever. Usually I play video games while she does her work. This time around she was very upset we didn't talk, just FaceTimed. It led to a small argument that spiraled a bit due to some, self-admitted, stressors she had experienced in the previous days. Ultimately, though, this argument of he said she said ended with me ending the FaceTime and the argument so we could take a breather and come back with a clear head. After giving her some time, she ended up not answering the several calls that night when I tried reaching out. Fast forward to recently, we squashed that argument and resolved everything. It is all water under the bridge, and it was a stupid argument in the first place. However, when borrowing her phone, we are open with using each other's phone. I couldn't help but notice a recent call by a person that has came onto her in the past. I clicked on the details out of curiosity and found out that she was ignoring my calls that night to talk this guy until 1:30 in the morning. 2-hour phone call. I'm so confused how I should feel. I am angry and upset and hurt, but I don't want to be that guy who gets mad his girlfriend is talking to other guys. Additionally, last time I opened their phone, the most recent opened app was an empty, recently deleted tab on iMessage. /side note our relationship is / was great up until that. This was a one-off. She sought validation from him when your relationship with her was threatened. It's really not healthy at all. FaceTiming all day while she works. So the dude in question wants to bang. She knows this. She knows you know it and still did it. He's the backup and you're on thin ice. Personally, I'd dump her. Any woman keeps a hookup as a backup is going to cheat if she hasn't already.